Well, anyway, the part about this that really bugs me, that I wanted to just really focus on, is just back to that sort of two things, just this or this. Now, if you have that kind of narrow thinking, it's just this or this. Either he sinned or his parents. Tell us which one it is. See, you want us all in favor of seeing God working more, being more aware. Hosea 6 says that his going forth is as certain as the dawn. God's working today. He's working in Elgin. He's working in Chicagoland. He's working in North America. He's doing stuff. You're like, well, I'm not seeing it. Correct, and that's what this message is about. Why don't we see it more? One of the reasons we don't see it is because we have such a narrow, you need to clean your glasses. You got like a real narrow way of looking at things. Somebody say, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
I'll give you an example. Here's a real, Christians are famous for their narrow kind of twofold. Here's one. I just got two things. I'm a Christian and I got two issues. Push these buttons, you will start me on fire. This is all I can see. And this is how I vote. This is how I think. This is how I wrestle with everything. If you're not with me on these issues, we're going to have a war. And by the way, does everyone say by the way?
By the way.
By the way, these are important issues. I'm not saying they're not small. I'm just saying that Christians are famous for what's called reductionism, where you make the main thing the only thing, where you make the big thing everything. Christians are famous, everyone say God help us. Christians are famous for their inability to perform any nuanced thinking. We can't have notice. Everything's locked. Everything's loaded. Everything's settled. Nothing can be discussed. So let me just help you with this a little bit. I think that the pro-life agenda is extremely, extremely important. But I also think that the plight of the urban poor is extremely important. And I think how we treat children that are less fortunate after they're born is also important. You're like, well, it's not more important. Just stop for a second, calm down, and just listen to me when I tell you that if you want to see God work, you got to clean your glasses up a little bit and just, I don't ever want to depart from God's word. I don't want to ever compromise a syllable on what it says. But this will help. Maybe what your thing is that you're all wired up about this, and that's a big issue too. But how about this? How about the person? How about the person and compassion? See, because what Jesus is saying to the disciples here is, you want to debate about this guy, I want to help him. You want to argue about him, I want to minister to him. Somebody say, give me another example. All right, here's one. How many people have family members or dear friends that are not following Jesus today, and you desperately wish that they were? Okay, all right. So you say, yeah, well, my sister, she's not saved yet, and let me just tell you something. I know why she's selfish. That's what it is. She's just selfish. I watch her. She's just selfish. She never gave her life to Jesus. She wants her own life. She's just all about herself all the time. And really, is that it? Well, maybe deep down she might believe a bit, but she's just stubborn. That's what it is. She's just selfish and stubborn, my sister. I mean, have you told her that lately? I tell her every time I see her. She's stubborn and selfish. Okay, well, can we just talk about this for a second? Because maybe she's hurt. And when you start driving on her like that, maybe she gets her guard up. How about this? Maybe she has some doubts. Maybe she really just has some doubts. Maybe you could talk to her and just tell her about some doubts that you've had and how you came to faith. Maybe she has some questions. Maybe you could could you get off your, clean up your glasses, man, and let God open your mind to what he's doing. It might not be just as simple as you've made it. And I just think that sometimes, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to get something out of John 9, right? The disciples, they were looking at this guy the wrong way. And they wanted to, it's this or it's this. And Jesus is like, well, it's actually neither of those two. So clean your glasses. Narrow thinking blocks your view.